In the 1920s, Nashville was on the rise. Jazz and country music were making their mark, industry was growing, and new neighborhoods like Woodbine were filling with families. For the church, these were years of remarkable growth. One of the oldest photos in our church records shows a 3-week revival that began on May 14, 1922. Revivals in those days were more than a series of church services. They were community gatherings, neighbors coming together, often under tents or in packed sanctuaries. These events shaped the spiritual life of families and whole communities. To hear fiery preaching, to sing with passion, and to respond to God's call. According to the membership book, more than 200 people joined Woodbine Methodist during that revival. That moment set the tone for years to come, reminding the congregation that God was moving in powerful ways. Woodbine Methodist thrived in worship, but the real heartbeat was Sunday school. From just a handful of students in the 1870s, the movement grew steadily until, by the 1950s, more than 800 students gathered each week. The strength of Sunday school helped build a vibrant, faithful congregation. As the church grew, so did the need for space. During Reverend John Baggett's ministry in the early 1920s, the church purchased and remodeled a nearby residence to hold classes. By the time he left, more than 500 members had joined the rolls.
I remembered all the old buildings that were there and the nursery where I was. I got my nursery certificate dated 1936 for Woodbine, for that nursery. Right, I've got that. I know my mother would have got us in church as soon as we could, so actually I think I've been there the whole 95 years. I joined in Easter of 1940. And at that time, we had a late winter with the snows on the ground. I mean, here I was, well, I didn't have on a white suit, but Harry Hyde, another guy who joined when I did, he had on a white suit, and there was big matches of snow, all right, but that's when I was 10 years old.
After the Second World War, the need for space was even greater. Families returned, children filled the classrooms, and plans were made for something new, the Memorial Educational Building. Built with the hands and gifts of Woodbine's people, it honored the young men and women who had served in the war. A plaque with their names still hangs in its hallway today. The 1940s and 50s brought rapid change. Woodbine was Nashville's largest suburb with more than 16,000 residents and hundreds of new homes. The church grew right along with the neighborhood. By the mid-1950s, membership exceeded 1,100. The sanctuary itself was remodeled in 1954 and 1955. Members designed the choir loft, built the pulpit and altar rail, and even crafted the communion table with their own hands. It was a labor of love that shaped the sanctuary we still know today.
I know at one point we had 2 services, and on Easter we had to put chairs in the aisle to accommodate the crowd back when everything was different, you know. But I remember some of the things about the inside before it was remodeled to what it is now. But had big crowds back then because everybody lived within a close proximity of the church, so it was easier for people to get there. And I sang my first solo when I was 9 years old. I sang, "Take Time to Be Holy." And I was scared to death. My head was shaking, nervous. But anyway, that's the first time I sang solo in church.
By the early 1960s, the congregation's growth once again created a need for more classroom space. The 2 older houses that had previously served as Sunday school rooms were no longer sufficient. The decision was made: to replace them with a new, modern facility, the John Wesley Educational Building. Completed in 1960 at a cost of $120,000, financed through the sale of bonds, the building provided much-needed space for children, youth, and adult classes. Today, it remains a symbol of the church's ongoing commitment to discipleship and education, ensuring that future generations have the opportunity to learn, grow, and deepen their faith. The 1960s brought profound cultural changes. Nashville, like the nation, wrestled with segregation, civil rights, and what it meant to be a community of justice and love. During this time, Methodism itself was also transformed. In 1968, the Methodist Church joined with the Evangelical United Brethren to form the United Methodist Church. Woodbine became part of a new denomination committed to mission, unity, and service. From the mid-1960s into the 1970s, Woodbine continued to grow steadily. Families filled the pews, Sunday school remained strong, and the church became even more deeply rooted in the life of the community. By the time the congregation reached its centennial in 1975, it was alive with activity full of children, youth, choirs, and ministries that touched every part of church life. That year's celebration, held under the theme, "Pass It On," was a moment to look back with gratitude for all that God had done and to look forward with hope. Through 5 decades of growth, sacrifice, and change, Woodbine remains strong, a church rooted in faith, vibrant in ministry, and ready to pass on the story of God's love to the next generation.